Welcome all here to the Ring View podcast. We are reviewing the RIYADH Royal Rumble. There's a lot to discuss. I have my man Josh Tariff here. What's up, my man?
I I got to watch the Royal Rumble and then eat dinner and then do a recap of the show.
Pretty good.
And it's not even 8 o'clock where I'm at.
Listen, I
I'm
don't
confused.
mind.
I'm confused by that.
I don't mind the early PPVs or the PLEs, man. Like
I had waffles during the Rumble.
And on top of that, they could have started a little earlier just for the RIYADH people because the show ended at like 2 a.m. out there.
Yeah, and I know we'll get into it, but it was fascinating because it seemed like once the men's Rumble started, that's when everyone decided to start showing up to the event.
Like everybody woke up, right?
Right. It was the type of thing where they either moved everyone into one section of the stadium, or they sent out like a national state of emergency and told everyone to get to the arena so it looks good.
They're going. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Like what? All right. So let's talk about it. Obviously, Royal Rumble, we are here to do a instant reaction, or it's not instant reaction because it happened a couple
It's
hours.
been a few hours now.
Yeah, but reaction show for the Rumble. You know, we're gonna break down all the matches, the 4 matches that we had. We had Women's Royal Rumble that led off the show. We had what was after that? That was
AJ and Gunther.
AJ and Gunther. Then we had the World Championship match between Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre, and then the Men's Rumble. So, you know, quick thoughts before we actually go into all of the matches individually. What was your biggest takeaway from the show? And then we can, you give yours, I'll give mine.
Well, one of my biggest takeaways was it was to me a very much head scratcher for the order that the matches were. And I say that because with the 2 singles matches, both of those results made the crowd very sad and upset. So it's the type of thing where naturally that's going to happen at times. And obviously, yeah, you want them to leave. Typically, you want them to leave happy, especially a crowd like this.
Yeah.
So that's why I was, quite surprised that they had the Women's Rumble open the show, whereas you could have had either one, whether the WWE title or AJ and Gunther, one of them technically start the show, but then people are just like, oh my gosh, what happened? But then everyone gets brought back up for the Rumble.
Yeah.
And then emotion again. So then you actually are going back and forth, whereas you're on this high from the Women's Rumble, and then we're devastated. And now we're even more devastated.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, now we got to feel like we are enjoying the next hour of the Men's Rumble. So it was definitely, to me, a head scratcher. Also, I don't know if it was just me. So you tell me if I'm crazy with this. Did the ring look smaller?
I never even noticed. I got to go back and look at it.
I felt like, so WWE uses typically a 20 by 20 size ring.
Standard, right?
Many independent promotions, just for the sake of, the size and with the venues that they use, will have an 18 by 18. This, to me, felt like an 18 by 18 ring, just based on the amount of steps people were taking to go across.
You never know.
And again, I could be completely crazy. I could absolutely be wrong. But then I felt like it further cemented it, where during the Women's Rumble, and again, I know we're going to get into the details with it, but so Ruka does a move to Jordan Grace in the corner where she's still flipping and hits Jordan. Like, it almost looks like she needed more space to complete the move, and so much so that the ref ran to check on Jordan right after she hit it. So it's just like something went wrong, and to me, it might be goofed because the ring wasn't big enough for her to fully do that move.
That's interesting. I wonder if anything is going to come out about that, in the coming weeks or whatever it is. But that's interesting. The fact that you noticed that it looked like.
And I could totally be out of my mind, and it was 20 by 20, and just the setup made it look smaller to me.
Could be too, yeah.
Right, but it just something felt awkward with the ring itself.
Yeah.
All right, but what are you, mine are the technical logistical thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Mine is pretty much an aesthetic issue, like illusion, because the whole time I was texting you while this was going on, I'm like, yo, there's no, where the crowd at? Like there's empty seats.
Yeah,
but I'm going ahead doing research because I'm a sleuth, right? And I go ahead and go on X, and people are tweeting from the event, and you can see them in their seats, and the shit is packed. So the thing is, WWE, I don't know what they were doing in regards to what type of lighting they were using in the crowd, because they had like some LED lights that were like reflecting off the seats. Why would you do that? Because it just looked like the place was empty.
So I will rebuttal that with two items. One, we saw people during the men's rumble.
Yeah.
We didn't see them in anywhere else. Also, you didn't hear anyone
right
throughout the other shows. So that also makes me question it. And on top of that, never any ring announcement or anything from Triple H in the post show about the gate, about the attendance. There was no mention of it at all.
Well, he did say 25,000. He did mention that.
That ain't true at all, and you know that.
That's what he said.
That's how many tickets the Prince purchased.
Yeah, I'm sure. I am not debating anything about the gate or who was there, but what I saw, and then all the tweets was just like, all right, I don't know what to believe at this point, but like if it was a lighting issue, they did a poor job in regards to lighting, because with the WWE event, this is not like anything else where you don't want to see the background. No. You want to see the fans. You want to see the engagement. You want to see the reactions. You want to see people like reacting to whatever's going on. That's a big part of the actual presentation of wrestling.
Then along with that, so if they were there, then why was there no noise? And I don't want to hear people say, oh, it's an outdoor venue, so you don't hear them as loud. I know you don't hear them as loud in an outdoor venue. This was hearing a pin drop.
Yeah, I think I have a theory on that. I don't know if you want me to say it now or you want me to wait until we get into the actual individual details of the match. But I have a theory.
Well, I mean, you could hear a pin drop in 3 of the 4 matches.
Yeah.
So it's not like a theory for one specific mention.
Yeah,
but
I think it is just that for some reason this crowd, they really are selective in who they cheer for, because you think about like the Sami Zayn Drew match specifically. Sami came out and it sounded like nothing.
Sami is their guy.
That's their guy. Every time he's been here, there's been a significant pop that he got.
Yeah.
Except tonight.
Yeah.
Right? And then when Drew came out, oh my God, you could have heard a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
This is the champion. Mm-hmm. Like, if this is the reactions that we are going to get from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, I do not want to.
Mania is going to be fun. Mania is going to be fun.
I'm telling you, man.
And I'm being sarcastic.
I think WWE after tonight, like I'm sure Triple H is always going to put on a good face, but I'm sure they're in the back like, this is not good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't good. Yeah. Unless they get who they want, they don't react. And all they want, from what I can see, are big name stars. They don't, and mind you, Drew's a big name star. He's a big guy. Like, Sami Zayn is a star, but they want their people who they feel are like nostalgic.
Right. They want the nostalgia. They don't want stars. They want the legends.
They want the legends. They want the old school legends of yesteryear. They don't care about the people that are currently in the ring. And that's the problem, because if you're trying to build new stars, and if we're going to go ahead and do long-term booking for next year's WrestleMania, where you're going to put a Braun Breaker in there, you're going to put whoever else in there, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just let's review the women's Royal Rumble match.
Sure. So I got the order of all the participants. So we'll just kind of go like one by one and just kind of comment how we felt they did, and obviously other key moments.
Yeah.
So So we started off with 1 and 2 being Charlotte and Alexa. And this was, on one hand, while it hasn't really been done before like this, I was still kind of scratching my head and not crazy about it. Because we've seen in the past tag partners being 1 and 2, and they're kind of scaling each other. Maybe they go and fight, but then they're countering each other. But they're still going at it because it is every man or woman for themselves. Right. Charlotte and Alexa are 1 and 2. They both tease getting their finisher on and then let go. And then they hug and are waiting for number 3 to come out. While the crowd, now this is starting this is what's opening the show.
The show, right.
If you're within 90 seconds of the first match and you have the crowd chanting fight, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a head scratcher for me with it. Now, Charlotte lasted a long time, and then you had the quote unquote accidental of her eliminating Alexa to continue to build that story. Are they friends? Are they not? Can they coexist? Et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, they were both there. Obviously, we talked like nostalgia. Charlotte and Alexa are not old by any means, but in terms of what the Saudi fans know, these are 2 of the longest tenured people, so they definitely got big cheers when they came out, and then they wanted them to fight, and they refused to fight.
Right.
Then Kiana James comes out at number 3, and no one knows who she is.
Pin drop.
And she crushed it tonight.
She was.
Kiana looked fantastic.
I think she was the star of the Rumble to me, in my opinion, in regards to the women's Rumble. Outside of Lash, right? Lash put on a good show, but I think Kiana was fantastic.
Yeah, I had probably like 3 or so stars that really stood out to me in the women's Rumble, and Kiana was everyone. And we've seen over the last few weeks that she's really been coming to her own in the matches, and then I think it was not this past SmackDown, but the week before that she pinned Charlotte.
Yeah,
in that match. So Kiana comes out, and no one knows her music because she normally comes out to Julia's music anyway. So like when the music hit, I was like, "Who is this?" Oh, it's Kiana. But she did an excellent job.
Yeah, she did.
And they gave her a good amount of time. Number 4 was Nia. I'm trying to think of a specific highlight with Nia Jackson. The only thing I can think of is when she mocked Lola Vice.
They mocked it, and then she gave the crotch chop to the fans. That was great.
Yeah.
That's
So I was kind of surprised that they didn't have Nia and Lash in the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it really just kind of felt, because it's not like Nia cleaned house or anything, because she didn't. I don't know. She might have maybe got one elimination.
She wasn't in there for that long. She wasn't in there.
Yeah. Ivy Nile was number 5. And this was one of those, because we know when the women wrestle in Saudi Arabia, they have to wear, something that covers their entire body. Mm-hmm. Ivy Nile's outfit, I feel like she should wear every week, because I felt like that was such a badass look with her. I'm like, no, that should be her regular gear.
Yeah.
I really liked the look of it. She came in like a house of fire, and she did all right. I mean, no one was expecting much out of her in the match, so, she was there.
Yeah.
The number 6 was Lola, which then begun the no pun intended, the NXT takeover of this women's Rumble. Lola came in number 6. Like, she definitely had a good showing. Crowd did not sound like they really knew her, but then when she started, dancing a little bit, then they got into it.
Yeah, they like that. As we all.
7, Candice LeRae. I feel so bad for Candice LeRae.
It's just,
she is, and I got the opportunity a number of times many years ago of working with her. She is maybe the most talented woman on the roster, and no one knows.
Yeah, she's really good, man. I mean, she's just I think she has the no pun intended, but she's kind of like the Gargano of the women's division. Like, you know how Gargano's good, but everybody's just like, eh,
Yeah.
it's Gargano.
Um, before I keep going, any additional comments you want to throw in with those first 7 that I just named?
No. I think you hit it all. Like there was nothing else that to add in regards to that because at this point, the match was pretty dull, and the crowd was kind of mirroring that as well because there was literal no reaction at this point.
Number 8, Jordan Grace. So they're
This
built.
was peculiar for me though.
I was about to say something similar to that, so I'm right with you. So you start with this one as far as what made Jordan Grace peculiar to you.
Just because there was no necessary, like she did not have the staying power that I thought she would. Like you've been teasing, I'm coming after you, Jade. I'm going to be this. I'm gonna be on like, and then she didn't have the same moxie. Like when she was with TNA, she was a powerhouse. She gets called up, and it looks like they're already kind of botching her, and she only's been here for like 24 hours. It didn't make sense to me. Like it just didn't hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It just felt off. Everything about from the time that she got in to the time she went out, it was just off to me.
And it was the type of thing where, if we're really putting her over as the powerhouse, if we're really putting her over as, hey, she's a legit threat to Jade Cargill, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but did she really eliminate much of anyone? I don't recall her having like any like big moments during the Rumble itself.
No.
So yeah, I felt it was kind of peculiar because I was expecting more out of Jordan Grace just based on how they've been building her up on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And didn't really seem to get it. 9, Becky Lynch. So crowd went nuts for Becky. And she was doing her thing and having kind of a little stare down with Charlotte. And then Sol Ruka, one of my other MVPs of tonight.
Sol Ruka was amazing.
She couldn't miss.
Yeah.
Everything was right on the money.
She's just super talented. Like when you talk about like athletic off the charts, that's Sol Ruka. You know what I mean? Like she's Charlotte Flair on steroids.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll get a little more with her as we go on, but she absolutely crushed it. I mean, I do not want to see her in NXT anymore. Like especially after tonight's performance, put her on on Raw or SmackDown. I don't care which one, but she needs to be seen by the masses every week.
Yeah, especially with that finisher.
The Soul Snatcher, it's so dangerous, and she hits it flawlessly every time.
Every single time.
11 was Roxanne. This is my one note with Roxanne for tonight. And I love Roxanne. She did very well, all things considered, with the Rumble tonight. I found it funny. The 3 women of the Judgment Day. Raquel was in all black. Liv was in all black. And Roxanne's in a neon green.
Yeah, I think she was paying homage to some cartoon or something like that. It was a video game or cartoon that they had put it up there.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I just found it funny. Like, hey, if you're supposed to be a group, shouldn't you all kind of dress alike?
There is some significance there. You never know.
Yeah. So that was just my one note off head. I was just like, why is she making herself stand out so much more than Liv and Raquel?
Yeah.
12 was Maxine. What just happened to Maxine?
She needs to go to the NXT immediately.
But not even 6 weeks ago, we were praising on how much she was drastically improving. And, hey, you're holding your own. And then the rematch with Becky didn't fly. And then tonight,
I think sometimes
it's awkward.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you're put into a spot and you look good, people think that, oh, you're here now. When sometimes it's just It's just you had a good day, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're at that level. You just had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I
Yep.
just think that match, she just rose to the occasion so well in that match that now that's what our expectation of her now is. And every time she goes in the ring, if she doesn't meet that, even by a little bit, it's gonna be off. So rather than have that be her bar every time she goes out there, I think she just needs to disappear for a while, get some more seasoning, go down to NXT, and I think she would do very well going down to NXT because they need a new crop of people down there to be able to try to figure it out. She's
I
had
mean,
some
well,
experience.
they don't need a new crop in the women's division. They got so many people in that division right now
Yeah.
that deliver. No.
I think she needs to go somewhere, but just not on the main roster.
Third,
Shawn Michaels fix her. He'll be all right.
13 was Natty, and we had Natty,
Good music.
not Natalia. No, this is the low-key legend music. So it was debuting new music on the main roster because when she has appeared in like Bloodsport and she did an NWA appearance and things like that, she had. Now, it was an actual like popular song, which name, of course, I don't know. But it was a similar tone to that. So now this is, like WWE's watered down version of that.
But
Because
why can't they just like buy the what do you call it?
the licensing to...
Yeah.
Who do you think they are? Tony Khan?
You're in Saudi. They pay for it.
Do you think the WWE is going to spend all that money on the rights to the music to help their wrestlers get over?
For Natalia?
For anyone.
Or they do it for Punk?
And Punk's was grandfathered in. I mean, Punk's happened well before this regime.
That licensing deal was years ago. Yes.
Yeah. But it was with that look, as far as the Loki Legend outfit, the mouth guard. I was just like, good. We're finally bringing this Natty in, and obviously we're going to start some feud, or we're in the process of a feud with Maxine. And then when Becky eliminated Maxine, she's kind of celebrating Natty, and then Natty went ahead and eliminated Becky.
And that was another thing for me too. That was just kind of off. Like, this is the Intercontinental Champion. You're gonna have Becky just have a cup of tea in the Rumble? Like that didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me.
Well, now Becky on Twitter is complaining about two things. One, she's claiming that her feet never touched the ground, and the refs wrongfully eliminated her. And two, she's very angry at her legal team because she was quoted as getting number 29, but she got number 9. So Becky is awesome. Liv Morgan, number 14. We'll get a little more into her as we go on for obvious reasons. I'll just keep moving for now. Lash Legend, number 15. As you mentioned, MVP. And I mean,
she's a big lady.
Well, yes. And it's interesting how like we talk about Trick is an instant star. Like the second he walks out. Well, so is his fiance.
Yeah.
Like the second she came out, it was just like, oh boy.
Yeah, she turns heads, literally.
Yeah.
She turns heads.
And she had the most eliminations for the Women's Rumble this year with 5. And just a excellent showing. And they mentioned it on the post show how she came off as if she's done this a million times.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't her first Rumble.
Yeah.
And that's just a sign of great things to come with her.
A lot of potential, man.
Yeah.
A lot of potential.
Zelina Vega, number 16.
All right, let me just go ahead and just say this. All right, it's time to pack it up.
They just brought Aleister Black in there. She's not leaving.
I mean, well, you can just leave her as a manager. Just pack it up. Pack it up. It's just
All right.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Moving on, number 17, Raquel, who also had a tremendous showing tonight.
Big sexy.
Big sexy Raquel Rodriguez. I love what they're teasing, and we talked about it on our last show, and they drew it up perfectly, especially if Raquel wins the title on Raw. If she wins the
Josh, do
women's
you
title on
realize
Raw.
that we are literally knocking it out the park for 2026?
You know, and I'm kind of surprised that I did not mention this at all, but if you watched our last show that we recorded on Tuesday, I got every match correct tonight.
Perfect score. Well,
Not only perfect score.
you didn't call the Sammy losing.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I said Drew beat Sam. I said Drew
Did
beat
you?
Sammy. I said Drew beat Sammy. And if that opened the match, if that opened the show, Sammy would win the Rumble. But if it did not open, then Roman would win the Rumble.
You know what? You did say that. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back and check, but I do remember.
Check the footage. Check the footage. I'm going to pull a Becky Lynch on you. Check the footage. What was it? Oh, what with Raquel. Oh, and well, along with just getting them, there are a number of the like surprise items, like the extra things for Rumbles. I didn't get all of them because no one's going to get all of them, but I got a few of those right too.
Yeah.
One of which is coming up shortly. But Raquel, you have her beat Stephanie on Raw. Your story is written for you from now till Mania.
And I think that that's the best story going into Mania.
It could, I mean, right now, at this moment, yes. Chelsea Green at 18. This was the low-key one that everyone wanted to win. And she definitely had some very funny moments. And Alba Fire with a nice save for her when she tried to get eliminated, but then she landed on top of Alba. So
Chelsea got a pop though. Chelsea did. People love Chelsea.
I love Chelsea.
Yeah,
I definitely love Chelsea. And then Julia at 19. Kiana did better than Julia tonight.
Yeah. And listen, I'm still going with my 2026 prediction that she's going to go back to Japan. She's just
so yeah. Your prediction was that she gets released. My prediction was she leaves.
Yeah. We get some type of resolution because it's just not working. It's just not.
It's so. I don't understand why, because she's so good.
She is. It's just not translating. Sometimes it just doesn't.
20 is Io Sky.
Io came in like a house of fire, boy. That's when the crowd, you heard there was a fever pitch when she came in and she was doing her thing. Like they love Io, so they woke up for that.
Yes.
And now we're gonna get into the back stretch of this Royal Rumble when the crowd actually like wakes up out of their slumber and they realize what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it was right around here where the crowd was starting to go nuts for the remainder of the Rumble.
Yeah.
They were a little uneasy for the first half of it.
Yeah.
But now Io was at 20. 21 was Asuka. So boom, you're throwing a dynamic with them right there. 22 is Rhea.
Yep.
So then you jump right in and crowd goes insane. Yep. What was the makeup job that Rhea did tonight?
I don't know what type of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer she was doing. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it, but I'm just like, all right, okay, yeah. Whatever.
But I mean, both her, Io, we know they're going to be great, and they always are.
Yeah.
23 was Bailey.
Pin drop. Pin drop for Bailey. Like if you
want to talk about the music stuff that we've discussed.
Change that shit.
Yeah, the music is a huge detractor for Bailey.
Role model, get that garbage out of here. Go back to the old one. Go back to the Hug Bailey song. I like that one. Go back to that one. Do something or mix it. That role model, it doesn't hit. It's a bad song. It's just bad. And if you want to talk about nostalgia acts or people that have been around for a while, hello, Bailey's been around for a very long time, and pin drops.
Yeah,
I was furious. I said, "Come on now, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop this now. It's bad."
24. So my random Rumble prediction was this one here. NXT Women's Champion JC Jane finally gets a shot on the main roster because she's been yeah. And
she didn't do
she lasted like the final 5 or so,
yeah,
5 or 6. And so she had a nice showing. We talk nostalgia. 25 was Nikki Bella. Crowd went nuts. Crowd went nuts for Nikki.
Nuts.
And so yeah, now especially at this point with Io and Rhea and Nikki Bella there, crowd is into it now. Lyra comes out of 26 and the crowd is chanting along with her.
Yeah.
27, more NXT. Kalani Jordan shows up. She just casually goes into the ring with what do you call it? What do you call that move she did off the Dragon something?
What, Dragon Screw?
Dragon Screw, thank you.
Yeah.
Or Dragon Splash. She just casually walked up to the top rope and did a Dragon Screw. It was just like, how do you do stuff like this? So mind you, Kalani was number 27. So we had 1, 2, 3. So we had 4 NXT roster members in the Women's Rumble this year.
That's pretty good.
That's great. 28 was Kyrie, where we talked about this last week. We want to build for Asuka versus Kyrie.
And boy, did we get it.
Oh.
That was a good spot.
It was a great spot.
It was a great spot.
Great spot of Kyrie accidentally eliminating Asuka.
I was a little nervous because Asuka's right leg didn't. I was like, oh, please, I hope that she's not really like bent to a way that she can't really get up, and she's not hurt. You know what I mean? But she was good. But that was a great spot because the way she sold it, the way it was executed, it was really good.
And then we were wondering, would there be a surprise of some kind, a legend we were talking about? Who could it be? Well, all of a sudden, at 29, Brie Bella, crowd went insane.
Nuts.
And you could, if you watch closely, you don't see a close-up of her face or anything like that. But when Brie is entering the ring to the roar of the crowd and the crowd doing a yes chants, Nikki is down and she is covered, as I do it on my microphone, which is great. Yeah. She is covering her face because you know that she was just full of emotion.
Yeah.
With Brie's reaction that she got.
Smiling,
crying, whatever it might be. And Brie looked great. I mean, I'm not trying to insult Nikki Bella, but I've always been very, very firm in Brie has always been by far the better wrestler of the two.
Listen, you can go ahead and play nice all you want to. We love Brie. Yeah. We don't care for Nikki. We don't care for Nikki. We understand that you've been here. Respect. You've been through a lot. Cool. You're back. Welcome back. But Brie's here now. We're okay with her. All right,
well, and now you know you're already setting the table for them to be in the women's tag title match at Mania, and being that the tag titles did not exist while the Bellas were there,
give it to them.
It makes sense. I mean, and I'm not even you don't even have to necessarily give it to them, but you have to put them in that tag title match. I'm not against giving it to them.
Yeah, I think giving it to them will be good just because I think that they play well off of each other and they can be the heels of that division that's needed.
Yes, because
heels that can be able to be the catalyst for everybody else. So I think that's good.
Because I think it became crystal clear that Nikki is not taken seriously as a singles threat for the women's championship anymore.
Yeah.
But you put the two of them together, I am definitely going to be entertained with them in the tag division.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, so I'm watching it with a few friends. And so we're thinking, all right, well, number 30, because we were expecting, and we talked about it on our show last week, we were expecting Bianca to come back. We're expecting Tiffany to come back. And there was footage, AJ Lee, and there was footage. Now, I don't know how accurate it was, but I remember seeing videos on Twitter showing allegedly Bianca in Saudi So it's just like, oh, well, then she must be in the Rumble. And then you also had a Dodge Ram truck sitting on stage. So my other thought with it is, oh, whoever number 30 is going to like be driving in with the truck and then they'll pop out. Well, the truck never got used. That was just there for their sponsor and no one ever saw it or was acknowledging the truck on the stage.
Not at all.
But then number 30 ended up being Tiffany. Got a pop because it was a return.
Yeah.
But definitely not the type of pop that we would have expected if it was AJ Lee or Bianca.
Yes. Place would have went ballistic had it be Bianca or AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and listen, Tiffy did her thing. She did her thing.
She absolutely did her thing. And I found it fascinating because the final 6 were the 3 powerhouses and then the 3 like very agile blondes. Because it was Rhea, Raquel, Lash, Tiffany, Soul, and Liv.
Right.
And it then whittled down to Liv, Soul, and Tiffany. Where then we're seeing all 3 of them hang on the apron, and we've seen Liv in this predicament multiple times in the past, but was able to maneuver enough to dodge stuff. Tiffany counters another Snow Snatcher, threw her out, and then Liv gives the Oblivion to the outside, and Liv Morgan
is your
winner after multiple runner-up finishes. She finally wins the Royal Rumble and will be a main event in WrestleMania. And I'm more than content with that.
Yeah, listen, once I saw the final 4, remember I texted you, I said, okay, you got it.
And you saw that Liv eliminated Raquel.
Yeah. Oh, very easily too. Like, you know, there was no hesitation. She threw Big Sexy out, and Big Sexy looking at her like, really? Is that what we're doing? So you're starting to plant this. I'm telling you, man, if they play this thing right, they can have one of the best feuds going into Mania. And we're not talking about a men's feud. We're talking about a women's feud that can be able to be a real important place on that card, whether you're going to put it on night 1 or night 2. So, they have gold here.
And the big thing with it also is, okay, so you build the dissension. You do something with Raquel winning the title, or they set it up where Liv accidentally costs her the title, but then Raquel wins it later on.
Right.
You know, either way you can continue to build it. But then the question goes to, what side does Roxanne go to?
Right. That's where that's where she plays a catalyst in regards to who she's going to help get over.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because that's where it is now.
So I was cool with who the final 3 was. I was cool with the finish. Like we mentioned, the second half of this Rumble, I thought was very entertaining. It got off to a very slow, awkward start with Charlotte and Alexa. But again, different MVPs in Kiana, in Soul, in Lash. And notice the MVPs that we said are all super young.
Yeah.
And have barely scratched the surface of their careers.
I think the biggest takeaway that I took from it, Josh, is the fact that I don't understand why they backloaded all of the big names per se in the back of the Rumble. Like I wouldn't. I mean, you had Charlotte and Alexa as number 1 and 2. You had Liv in the middle at 14. You had Becky at 9. Yeah.
So I don't know if it was. I mean, there was that little run of Io, Asuka, Rhea, Bayley that were all consecutive. But aside from that, I don't know if I would say it was, heavier in the second half. Most Rumbles are heavier in the second half than the first half. And I believe when we look at the men's, we will notice that as well. But I mean, overall, was this the best women's Rumble that we've had? No. But there have certainly been worse ones.
Yeah, I would give this one a split grade, obviously, because you had a tale of two halves of the Rumble, so you can't really give it a great grade. You can't give it a terrible grade. It's right smack in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, I just think that if they would have done it over, had they known how the crowd was going to react, I'm sure they would have probably had Rhea come out earlier than she did, right? To be able to kind of like wake these people up and then be able to kind of kickstart the Rumble and go from there. So, but all in all, I think the women did their best. I think they did great. I do believe that there was some type of disconnect just because it's the women. I'm not gonna go ahead and try to sugarcoat it. I think that just because of where we are, where the Rumble is, this is always going to be a thing where you would think that they kind of get over and have that same reaction, and it's just not that. So it's like you gotta this is something that needs to be in the back of Triple H's mind going forward next season when we're talking about Mania. Like, you want to go ahead and go book your big women for the biggest show of the year, your Grand Poobah show. But if they're going to get reactions like this, you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
And it's concerning because you don't want to eliminate them from the card because they've worked so hard all year to be a part of that card. But where you have the actual location of your Grand Poobah show is not ideal for them, and it's not cool. That's all I'm saying.
Now let me just ask you this. Aside from, because we brought up Bianca Belair, AJ Lee not in the Rumble,
Yeah.
is there anyone that you can think of off the top of your head from Raw or SmackDown? They were like, oh, why were they not in the Rumble?
Good question.
Because I'm not quite sure if there was. I feel like they pretty much nailed most of it. Maybe
I gotta think this hard and then no.
I mean, maybe Alba Fire. I know she was out there, but not officially in the Rumble itself.
Right.
So maybe you could have had her have a spot.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like they pretty much covered just about everyone that you would want to get in there.
Yeah, I think they kind of covered it. Like, if you want to take out somebody and put in like a legend, whatever. But outside of that, like, I think it was a nice mix of young stars, up and coming people, established people. Brought back a legend, or however you want to label Bree. So I think it was a good mix of women that they put in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
All right. Well, then you need to break down this next match, just because I talked way too damn much for that Rumble, and I know I'll be talking a ton for the men's Rumble. So Gunther and AJ Styles. Barry Grant Jr., the floor is yours.
Gunther and AJ Styles. I think this was a perfect. That's the word I would use for this. Perfect. It was one of those matches where you just like, that's the way it's supposed to end. Like, you got everything hard hitting. Like, I really thought, like, the way Gunther was hitting AJ, I was like, man.
Those chops towards the end, just the repeated chops.
Oh my goodness. Like, and AJ took him like a champ. Like, that was one of the maybe toughest matches of AJ's career, because just the physicality of it, him getting that real big gash on his arm, I think, when he got hit on the table or something like that, or I think it was on the apron of the ring.
Yeah, that gash was gnarly.
Yeah, it was good. So, just in regards to, Gunther comes out, like, he has that demeanor on him, man. We know exactly when that music hits. We know what's going on. Just the crowd was they were into it, but there were some times where it was just kind of like dead as well. And I just don't know if it was we want to blame it on the open air, just the fact that there was nobody at their fucking seats. I don't know what it was, but it just the dynamic. And I love the way, like, at the beginning of the match, AJ is working on the calf. He's kicking the calf. He's like making sure that he's trying to get to that calf. They told a good story. the domination of the second half of that match where Gunther's really putting in his staple, the chops. He's starting to line everything up. He gets into the calf crusher. I love that dynamic as well, him getting out of that. And then the sleeper happens, right? And we
The
get
tale of two
that,
matches. Yep.
yeah, we get that escape from AJ. He gets out of it, right? He powers up, he gets out of it, and Gunther grabs his ass again and gives him those elbows. Bam, 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 bam. And now you start to hear the crowd getting antsy, right? Because it's like, we've been here before.
Is he about to do it again?
Yeah, and then he fights out of it again, and we just in this constant struggle. And I knew that once he got the last one in, so close to the rope, and AJ's right there at the rope. He's right there. He's right there. And then the hand goes down. I said, he's not putting that hand back up. There's not going to be the rep. But I loved the referee. AJ.
Yep.
That's all she wrote, right? Like that.
And did not tap, but passed out.
Did not tap, but passed out. And the crowd went silent.
Yep.
No music. The bell didn't ring. They were just laying in the ring. And all of a sudden, Gunther's music plays. He gets up and, does his thing, leaves. AJ's in the ring now. And it was really, really interesting how this happened, right? Because, he's there. He's drinking it in. Fans are cheering him. You see him getting emotional, and he starts taking off his gloves. And they say, no. And he almost put them down, and he put the gloves back on, does his last thing, right? Goes to the turnbuckle, leaves the ring, comes back, and gets another last thank you to the ropes, and heads to the back. And the thing with me is that I love the way it ended, just because that's the way I'm used to seeing it, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be this pomp and circumstance thing. But then it started to dawn on me. Is he really done? Or is he just done with the WWE?
Oh, he's 100% just done with WWE. Now, I can still see 2026 being the end for him if he chooses that.
Just not his career, it's just with WWE.
Well, it could still be his entire career in 2026.
Yeah, he's gonna retire after this year, but this is it with WWE. Like, I can see him going to New Japan for a match. I can see him going to TNA for a match. Like, I can see that, and it's like,
and well, what about, because social media has run rampant since he kept the gloves on. Everyone's running rampant saying, does this mean he could go to AEW?
Oh, I hope he doesn't do that. Edge did that, and how did it work?
Yep. I mean, I've said on here for weeks that he will have one more match in TNA. So I feel he decided to keep the gloves on because you remember, the stipulation was I would retire from WWE.
Right.
So before I put the gloves off for good, I want to say goodbye to my home one last time.
Yeah.
And whether, like we mentioned here, whether it's a match with Kazarian, who we had many, many matches with back in the day, whether it's a match with Leon Slater, who is the king of the X Division right now, which of course is what AJ invented.
Yep.
And then he puts the gloves down. We probably won't see him on TV for a while, unless he suddenly is in AEW, and we'll see him next week on Collision in an 8-man tag against the Don Callis family or something like that.
Exactly.
But I mean, because 2/3 of, or 75% of all the heels in AEW are in the Don Callis family. And I love Don Callis, don't get me wrong. It's a little too many people for a stable. But but I loved the notion, the subtlety of I'm done, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Um,
But here's
but
my
yeah.
question to you, Josh, before
All
you
right.
even go into your thing. Why the rush for WWE?
His contract ended.
But
By the way, I know this is completely irrelevant to our talks here,
yeah.
but there was just an NBA trade that got posted that all of a sudden I was looking at that just got sent to me.
Listen, what is it?
It was Cavs are trading DeAndre Hunter to the Sacramento Kings for Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis.
We were in talks with them.
A lot of teams were in talks for DeAndre.
Talks with them. We were gonna give up Rui
and Connect.
And Connect.
Yep. Well,
That's a better package than what they just
apparently
got.
Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis was better for Cleveland. I don't know. I'm sorry. It was also a 3-team deal. Includes the Bulls acquiring Kings forward Dario Saric and 2 future second-round picks. Doesn't specify who.
Wow. Yeah, that just ruined my night.
Sorry, wrestling fans. We're also in the midst of the NBA trade deadline in a few days, so news is going to be happening. So Barry and I talk plenty of basketball on top of wrestling.
You and Mike Guido's show is going to be very interesting this week.
Our show, the Mike and Josh show, Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, will happen, I think, roughly an hour or two after the trade deadline hits.
Oh, it's going to be good.
So we'll go over this plus many other trades that have happened between now. Hopefully, many other trades that happen between now and then.
That might as well just be an NBA trade special.
I mean, it could very well be.
All right, back on schedule.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So, all right. So the question I asked you is that yes, the contract was up, but it's AJ Styles. Like, why wouldn't you just re-sign AJ Styles?
I'm sure they tried.
Maybe he was just done.
AJ was probably just like, hey, you know what? Because if I've told myself I'm retiring this year, I don't want to get locked into something here and then just be kept off TV or then forced to be in a program that I don't want to end with, whatever the case may be. Because I'm sure they offered him a pretty penny to extend for at least the end of the year.
Yeah.
So he just wants, doesn't want to do that type of scheduling anymore. And, I mean, the dude is what, like 48, 49? And the fact that he still does what he does is insanity.
He's at 40, he definitely is 47, 48, somewhere in there. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's still busting out the springboard 450.
Unbelievable. He can still go. It's not a measure of him can't wrestling. Like, he's not like John Cena where he literally
he's still better than 90% of the roster.
Yeah. So yeah, it was bittersweet for me just because we both knew it was coming. I was hoping that we were going to get a little bit more out of it in regards to just like stretching into Mania. But why stretch it to Mania when you can be able to just rip the Band-Aid off now, have a good match with Gunther, and call it a day? And that's what they did. I think they delivered. I think they did exactly what you're supposed to do in a match like this. Gunther looks super strong.
Who can stop Gunther now?
Stop Gunther, and that's what you need to do. So, AJ and Gunther put on a world-class match, and shouts to AJ Styles for being one of the greatest wrestlers I've ever seen. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, I keep wanting to use the word phenomenal, but I'm trying to avoid it because everyone say pun intended.
Right.
But no, he really was phenomenal.
He still
is phenomenal, not was.
Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, we're going to be talking. If he ends up anywhere else outside of TNA, we will still find ways to cover AJ Styles just because it is his final year. And no matter where he goes, I think we're still going to do it justice and be able to cover whatever he's doing. So, we'll keep tabs on AJ Styles for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, next match.
So then there was Drew McIntyre against Sami Zayn.
That.
All right, so let's just move on to the men's Rumble. And you want to Oh, you wanted to talk about it.
So I'll go ahead and take this because it's not going to take long at all. I mean, Sammy comes out, and again, we've seen him get this roaring ovation in Saudi Arabia.
On SmackDown, the crowd went insane.
Insane, right? So we were expecting the same thing, and I'm watching the TV, Josh, and I'm just like,
where is everybody?
I said, all right, is there a sound problem? Is there something going on? Because he walks out and it's quiet. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
I was confused.
Yeah.
And then Drew comes out. He's the champ, looks badass as usual, right? Got the great entrance, got the fire coming out and all that stuff. He's menacing looking, and they're just dead. And then we get this.
It was a glorified squash match.
But
Drew destroyed him.
But he did destroy him. But it was a plodding, very slow-paced match, and I'm just like, this is not the call for this one.
It was not the call for that one. It was not the type of match that either of them normally deliver.
No.
And we've seen the two of them have some fantastic matches. I mean, this was the 12th time in WWE that they have wrestled each other, with the story of Drew now being 12-0. But this was even the type of thing where I'm sure there was, like the hope moment where it looks like Sammy was going to have him beat, but then Drew kicked out at like 2 9/10, but I don't even remember it.
Yeah, because once the back spot happened, that was pretty much the turn.
The back spot and the power bomb through the table, which looked sick.
Yeah.
Drew just decimated him.
Yeah.
And it really pisses me off. Not because Sammy lost, because again, I was expecting Sammy to lose this match.
Yeah.
But if you're a casual fan and you're tuning into the Royal Rumble and you're not familiar with either of these guys.
Right.
All right, Drew's the champion. Okay, this guy, Sami Zayn, he's the one going after him. Drew beat him in such a way that casual fan is going to be like, oh, he's never getting the title shot again.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what they're telling you, because Sami Zayn's chance at winning the WWE Championship peaked in 2023. If they were ever
if they had him, he was the one that should have beat Roman.
Right. If they were ever going to put the belt on him, it would have been there. And we all know that Vince was not doing that, right? So that's why it's like it's 2 years too late. And now we're saying that, okay, he's in the title match. How many people actually want to see Sami Zayn in the title picture? We had this conversation already. I don't think many do. And, it was them making this a squash match kind of is putting the kibosh on that particular run. That's just the way I feel.
I mean, and everything you're saying is 100% valid. I am still holding out hope.
It's over, Josh.
I don't think it's over yet. I really don't.
It's over.
Now, my prediction from episode 1 turned into a wash because I said from episode 1 that Sammy would win the Rumble. Well, you can't win the Rumble if you're not in it. So therefore, that got erased from the records. So I'm saying this right now. Sami Zayn is winning the Chamber. Sami Zayn is winning the Chamber match. But if he's not in the Chamber, then it's a wash.
Little bit behind the pod, right? So Josh hits me. He's like, "Hey, are you watching yet?" And I was just like, "No, not watching." He's like, "Oh, okay." So I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Right. I'm not gonna spoil anything because I'm not that guy. So then eventually Barry starts watching.
Right. So I was a little late because I was rushing home, and then I was like, "Oh, the women's Rumble started the event." So you know what that means? We will have no Sami Zayn in the Royal Rumble. Victory for me. Victory for me. It
And
made me feel good inside because
because I told you guys from beginning, if that match didn't open the show, then Sammy would not be in the Rumble.
Right.
Now, there was that small glimmer, and I kind of touched on this earlier when I was talking about the order of the card.
Yeah.
Because obviously everyone was so sad and upset with AJ losing.
Yeah.
And then it went to Drew and Sammy. Part of me was just like, they can't piss the crowd off for 2 matches in a row, could they?
Yeah.
Are they actually going to have Sammy win this? Because I wasn't expecting him to win that title match. But based on the setup, could they actually have him? Not only did he not, he got demolished.
Yeah. I think they would have been better off kicking off the show.
Yes.
Just because Sammy is the hometown guy, they support him, have him come out. That would have been good. Have the women's rumble after that. Then
AJ and Gunther.
Then you have the AJ Gunther match. That should have been the order. I think they messed up with the order, honestly.
So honestly, like the big question is going to be, what is the type of interaction, or who the interaction is going to be with that Sammy has with on SmackDown that is pretty much going to tell him, look, you're not gonna, you can't do it. Like, like the verbally, like it's got to be someone like Cody to like, kind of tell him like
a friend.
Yeah, as a friend, like, I'm sorry, I love you, but you're not meant to be the world champion.
Right.
Which then obviously will reignite the fire in him and get the crowd behind him even more to get him in a damn chamber and win that.
He's not gonna win no damn chamber.
Well, he's got to get in the chamber first.
He's not even gonna get in there. Okay. We want lemon pepper steppers in there. That's what we want. Okay?
Oh, well, he can certainly be in there too.
Only.
a 6-man elimination chamber match only with Trick Williams in it. And he somehow loses. All right.
Oh, man.
Men's Royal Rumble. So I'll do just like with the women. I have the order of everybody. We'll kind of break it down. Again, I had a few minor wins in this.
Yeah.
A few things that were close enough that I call a win in this. For example, on our show, I said Oba would be entrant number 2. He was number 1.
Yeah.
1 and 2 are the same thing.
It's pretty much.
They're the same thing.
Pretty much.
Now, also, this was very interesting because they did their best to save a giant production error that happened on SmackDown.
Oh, one of the biggest botches. Yeah. For
those of you that haven't seen it, on SmackDown, when Axiom is coming out for his match, instead of the graphic saying Axiom, it said Braun Breaker entrant number 1. Now, to their credit, they acknowledged it during the pre-show to try to make it part of a story. And Paul Heyman was on the pre-show yelling at Adam Pearce about stuff. Now, I missed something because I didn't watch the full pre-show.
Yeah.
But something got discussed in there where somehow it was then revealed that Braun Breaker would be entrant number 2. Yeah,
so Paul Heyman came out and was just like, how the hell does he get number 2? This is BS. So Adam Pearce was just like, it was randomly selected, Paul. Nobody did. No, you did this. You're behind this, blah, blah, blah. And CM Punk then gets into it. And it's just like, you're an idiot. Like, this is just a random thing. Like, it's always been a random thing since 87. It's been a random thing. So like that was the whole premise of the interaction.
So then my one problem with it is when you had that clear botch that happened in production, as we just said a second ago with Obafemi, doesn't matter if you're 1 or 2, it's going to be the same thing.
Right.
So this is exactly as far as just trying to redo what you already had planned back when we talked about Thea Hale winning the Women's North American title in NXT and then losing it a couple weeks later.
Right.
Braun Breaker was supposed to be number 1.
Right.
Production error. Someone screwed up. So instead of readjusting things to have something else happen, we'll make him a number 2 and no one will ever notice the difference. However, we did. And we'll talk Braun first before Oba, because we can talk about Oba for a while
Well,
based
let's
on his
just talk about,
performance.
before we even talk about Oba in the ring, can we
Right.
just talk about when he gets introduced, you hear the song and the crowd already knows it, and they're getting ready, and this gigantic silhouette is in the entranceway, and this monster comes out, and he looks bigger than he's ever looked, and this guy.
I feel like it was also the longest entrance
Longest
ramp.
walk? Oh, absolutely.
Longest. It was. I think he was kind of about halfway through. He's like, I still got to do the strut.
The long,
I got to do the strut for some longer.
strut that we've seen, absolutely. Like, but the guy is money. It's just money.
Oh yeah.
Just looks the part, menacing. It was just like, bro, like this dude has just star written all over him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the crowd reacted to him as such, and I love to see that. I love to see that.
So, and again, we're going to get more into Oba and his performance, but the big story right here, where a number of people might say is just the biggest story of this entire Rumble period, was before Braun Breaker can get to the ring, another hooded man shows up, and Amber, that is the theme, and they joked about it on the post show, but it's absolutely right. You need to increase your security at shows because too many people are going to be showing up in black hoods,
right?
And everyone's just going to think they're part of the show.
I have a complaint about it. I'm going to put my hand up like we're in class.
Yes, Mr. Grant.
I have a complaint about this.
Yes.
If you're going to do something like this at pretty much your most exciting show when you talk about your big four, right? Like this is the show that people look forward to outside of Mania.
Yep.
Because of all the surprises and stuff. You do not allow the masked man to leave there without being unmasked on your biggest show.
Well, so I have two theories on who it could have been. The obvious, well, just to finish out, masked guy attacks him, throws him in the steps, gives him a curb stomp.
Right.
Throws him in the ring for Oba to then eliminate Braun Breaker immediately. A guy that many people actually picked as one of the favorites to win.
So Braun Breaker was in the Royal Rumble for 10 seconds.
Yes, he was the shortest Rumble participant between both Rumbles this year.
Yeah.
So it's one of two people. It was either Austin Theory again, and this is part of the plan of the Vision turning on Braun, or something that I'm very surprised that I've not seen anyone try to bring up on social media, or that was Finn.
What?
Because Finn couldn't get in the Rumble, and Adam Pearce just gave 4 spots to the Vision right before it.
But why would he choose Braun, though?
Because Braun was the poster boy of he was the special one. He was the one that was suspended. He's the one that they all said, oh, we're going to help him win.
I didn't even think of Finn.
Yeah, no one has. But to me, it makes sense that it could have been Finn.
It's pretty good. I pinpointed as Rollins, but that's a stunt double and
pretending to be Rollins there.
Pretending to be Rollins because he's not necessarily ready yet.
Yeah, which is probably the more obvious choice.
Yeah.
And more than likely, that's probably what they will do because it's the obvious choice instead of either of those two options that both work very well.
Why they probably didn't unveil him because it's not Seth.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be Seth.
Yeah. And then the one thing I did see people on Twitter were going nuts because there was a point the masked guy kind of shook his head around. Was like, that was Moxley. I'm like, it wasn't Moxley, guys. That is not Moxley. He's not suddenly back in WWE. Calm down.
Could you imagine? What was his name in
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose. He would never come back to WWE. Never.
Never say never to that.
There's no place for him in regards to the type of matches he likes.
People always come back.
And that is true.
People always come back.
They always come back.
We just saw Brie Bella come back. So Oba took care of Braun, made Braun look like a jobber thanks to the masked man attacking him. Number 3 was Solo Sikoa which he also then made look like a jobber.
Uh-huh.
When Solo came out, I was immediately like, A, Oba's eliminated him immediately. B, why is Oba eliminated him immediately?
They gonna stop playing my man Solo Sikoa like he not a badass. Like Solo Sikoa used to be what they used to call him what was his name in the NXT? Street Warrior or something. Whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, something like that. But then he was the enforcer of the bloodline.
Come on now, man. Like
the leader of the MFTs.
I understand.
The only MFT in this match, by the way.
Only MFT, yeah. And we got no Wyatt 6 either.
Yeah, there were no Wyatt 6 in this match.
It's probably a good thing.
So yeah, he was eliminated right away. 4 was Rey Mysterio,
which was good to see because
we thought he got injured.
Yeah.
So thankfully he's good enough, obviously, to work the Rumble.
Yeah.
And then the second shortest stint in the Men's Royal Rumble went to number 5, Rusev.
Hasn't been on TV in God knows when. Rusev gets in there, and 30 seconds later, Rusev is gone.
I think it was less than 30. I think it was 20.
Horrible.
I think it was 20. We haven't seen him since he got eliminated from the Cena tournament. And then he comes in, and I'm not opposed to Oba eliminating him, but I'm opposed to Oba eliminating Rusev in 20 seconds. Yeah, that would be a great first feud for Oba.
You talk about a banger?
Yeah. I would love to see them have like a mini 2 to 4 week feud on Raw.
Well, guess what? It's not out of the question just because maybe Rusev is like, how dare you embarrass me like that in a match that I'm supposed to dominate. So we still might get it because that is some type of premise that he's embarrassed, and now he has to go ahead and go after Oba.
So over this time span, Oba then eliminates Rey and Rusev.
Yep.
Out comes Matt Cardona, who is wrestling like Zack Ryder,
who is now he has signed back to WWE to be
Zack Ryder,
the jobber.
Yeah, Zack Ryder. He's back now to be Zack Ryder. And was eliminated in 30 to 45 seconds. Damian Priest is then number 7. And with my friends that I'm watching this with, we're all just like, if Priest lasts the 90 seconds, then it will be considered a win for him.
And he does.
And he does. And then number 8, Javon Evans. This dude got his ass kicked for 45 minutes in this Rumble.
I have another hand up thing.
Oh, yes, Mr. Grant, you have another question or comment?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
This is probably going to be an unpopular one.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a fan of Javon Evans. I'm not. I'm sorry. I can't get it. His gimmick, I don't like it.
Well, no, I'll tell you exactly why. I'll tell you why exactly you're not a fan. I know exactly why you're not a fan about him.
Okay, let me hear it.
We don't know anything about him.
Yeah, it's just
we know he's bouncy.
Right.
He's a great high flyer and will sell moves like no tomorrow. But we have no idea about, and he's 21.
Yeah.
We don't know how he is with emotion. We don't know how he is in a deep storyline. We haven't seen yet on the main stage. We saw a little like psychology work during his feud with Ethan Page in NXT. Mm-hmm. But we need to see what is he fighting for.
Yeah.
What does he stand for?
Yeah.
And we haven't had that yet. We could absolutely get it. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I'm not like completely off the train. Like I'll never get the kid a chance. But for right now, I'm need some more seasoning. More seasoning.
But he was in for nearly like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And took everybody's move.
He definitely did. Tough kid though.
Yeah. Oh, and he took them all extremely well.
Yeah.
Number 9 was Mr. Iguana. Now, Mr. Iguana's entertaining. I like Mr. Iguana. I like Yeska, or whatever the name of his puppet is.
This is where I want to slam Triple H's head into sheetrock because it's like, this is the Royal Rumble. And you want to go, comedy relief is cool and all that stuff, but come on now. Like, you could have gave that spot to somebody else. You could have gave that spot to Finn Balor. Like, let's just be honest. You could have gave that.
You gave it Uncle Howdy.
You could have gave it to Uncle Howdy. You could have gave it to anybody in the Wyatt Six, somebody in the MFTs. Like, you could have gave this spot to someone else.
You could have gave it to Carmelo.
Yeah.
And one thing I really want to point out, I don't know if you noticed it. There's a reason that I emphasized during the Women's Rumble that there were 4 NXT women in there. There were 0 NXT male competitors in the Rumble.
And how many AAA people did we get?
2.
I'm not saying anything.
Why?
First off, the thing is, if you're gonna put 2 AAA people in there, I get the Mr. Iguana because people like him for whatever reason, like he's entertaining. But La Parka Jr.
instead of like if you had to put a AAA guy, if you had to put a AAA guy, you would have put Vikino or Psycho Clown.
Yeah, like, dude.
But at the same time, very few people in America are currently watching AAA.
Correct.
How many people in Saudi are watching AAA?
Probably 0.
They had no idea who either of them. I mean, we're not at La Parka yet, but nobody knew who either of them were.
No, Mr. Iguana got no reaction.
No.
0.
But then the crowd woke up because number 10 was Trick Willie.
Trick Willie, lemon, pepper, stepper. That my man came out in the white mink and was wrestling in the mink for a little bit. Loved it.
He wrestled in the mink for like 90 seconds. It was wonderful. Honestly, I was surprised at the fact that he did not last nearly as long as I thought he would.
Yes, I thought they would have gave him the Javon Evans spot.
Yeah, and last for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not expecting to win, but have a good deep run.
Right.
Because, I mean, what we saw with him looked great because, as we've talked about on the show, dude is a star. We know this hook, line, and sinker.
Money.
Here's what I'm hoping happens out of it. As like a consolation for Trick having a shorter stint in it. Because he was, number 11 was Cody Rhodes, and he was eliminated by Cody Rhodes during the Rumble. Start setting up something with Trick and Cody. I know you're kind of busy right now with Cody with Fatu.
But you can sprinkle some stuff in there right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Cody comes out at 11. Crowd singing along. Why? Because it's someone they know.
Right. He gets his full entrance.
You definitely got the full entrance.
Pyro.
Now I don't remember if we mentioned this during our predictions on Tuesday. I know I talked about this with someone.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember who was you or not. Because if it wasn't you on the show, then obviously you're not going to believe me or give me credit or anything like that. And that's fine.
No, I will give you credit because I trust you. You don't come off as a liar to me.
I mentioned that we would have a face-off with the Grande Americanos.
No, it was on the show.
It was on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am a genius. Okay. Because number 12 is El Grande Americano and 13 is the original El Grande Americano.
Now I want to say this, that they need to test original El Grande Americano. They need to test him. He looks like he's on the gas. Man, no Lucha Libre is supposed to look that big. No way. Jacked.
So I was so sports entertained by this moment.
It was great.
This was wonderful.
And that's the thing, right? You didn't need Mr. Iguana for the comedy relief. You got the Americanos in there to do so, right? Mm-hmm. That was good. We didn't need Mr. Iguana for this.
So here's my question that I have for you. If they are going to go forward with this, so we're not going to have Chad Gable. We're going to have Grande Americano.
Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser.
That'd be funny on the same episode. We have two returning superstars, Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser. And later on, El Grande Americano versus the original El Grande Americano. Here's my question. Because if they continue to try to roll with both of them, We know it would lead to a mask versus mask match.
That would be very good.
Would that mask versus mask match, say that 5 times fast, would that happen at WrestleMania, or would that happen at whatever AAA event happens Mania week?
That's a good one. That's a good effing question, because you would think that you would put that on a AAA show just because, it makes sense, but for Mania. But at the same time, is it going to get the pop that it would get at a AAA show?
That's why I'm leaning more towards that being at the AAA show.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It sucks for both guys, because obviously AAA is not WrestleMania, but it's still with the company. It's just not the biggest stage, but it is a stage nonetheless. So, whichever way they do it, I think they're going to be able to execute it very, very well. I would love to see it at Mania, but I think, you laid it out great that it just makes more sense for AAA.
Yeah. Now, there are also actually 3 items. I'm just going to point them out, all 3 of them now, because I skipped past one of them, that as much flack as a lot of people give Triple H, I want to commend 3 different moments or 3 different occurrences that I noticed during the Rumble as a whole.
Okay.
One, there was a moment once Trick Williams entered at 10 where we had Oba, Javon, and Trick have a stare down.
Yeah, that was cool.
We had the moment of Future.
Yep.
Is right here.
And they kind of like nodded to each other. All right, this is cool.
Yeah. We've also noticed a significant amount of African American wrestlers in the Men's Rumble. And in addition to that, there were, I would have to actually really try to dig deep to look up official numbers, but this might have been the Rumble with the most masked wrestlers.
I never even thought about that.
You're
definitely going to have to chat GPT that or Google.
Right. I mean, up to this point, because we'll keep going as we go, but at this point, we've gone through 13, and there were 3. Both Grande Americanos and Rey Mysterio.
Right.
And it continues as we go.
Well, Mr. Iguana, you missed one.
That's not a mask. That's face paint.
Oh, that is a thing. Okay.
Yeah. But we already mentioned La Parca. He's one of them, but he's further down the list. And then to continue with the several like African American wrestlers that were there. Number 14 is Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh, how'd that screen get there? Let's scratch it off. Now, it's Royce Keys. Royce Keys is in the building.
Here's the thing, and I didn't like that.
I hated it.
I hated like that just because Saudi doesn't know who the fuck Powerhouse Hobbs is.
Right.
Like, this is not, if this was an American show in a town that AEW was in and they know about this.
You did this in Chicago, they would have gone insane.
They would have went insane. But you don't do this here.
That's why I did not want Hobbs in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing against him.
Yeah.
It's against the fact he's not going to get the response that he should. Because having Hobbs mentioned there for a second let American wrestling fans watching at home realize, oh, Royce Keys is Powerhouse Hobbs. So they didn't have that second of who's Royce Keys. Wait a minute, isn't that Powerhouse Hobbs?
Right.
So from that perspective, I get why they did that moment of showing the name of Hobbs and then scratch it out to Royce Keys. But if you had to do that type of explanation, then he shouldn't have been in the Rumble in the first place.
Exactly. Give it time so you can be able to introduce him the right way.
Also, I can't think of he obviously got moves in, but I can't think of anything that really stood out with him.
Nothing substantial.
Did he have a big stare down with Oba?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I know he gave Javon an insane spinebuster.
Yeah. But like there was that's what I was waiting for, the big stare down between Powerhouse Hobbs and Oba, and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So very disappointing, but not Royce Keys' fault at all. That was all booking.
Yeah. So we'll see, because even with that, he could still show up on NXT on Tuesday.
Yeah, of course.
He could still just jump right down there to help Ricky Saints win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which I think would make more sense for him.
Yes. And then again, the crowd will go insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he was 14. 15, Austin Theory, hate his new music. He was there.
Mr.
16,
Vanilla.
Yeah, 16, Bronson Reed. Again, music is for him and the Vision. It's weird. They're too similar. And I love Bronson Reed. And I hate that he's just kind of the guy. Guy. Not the guy, a guy now.
A guy.
17, Ilya Dragunov.
Oh, I love that guy.
I love him, and I'm terrified every time I watch him wrestle. I'm terrified every time. In the best way.
He leaves it all out there. He really does.
Hurts everyone, and he hurts himself the most.
I need to see an Ilya Gunther match one more time. Oh. I need it.
Oh boy, yeah. And I mean, we'll eventually get it.
Yeah, I need it.
18, La Parka. We already touched on that.
Just
because
why?
Yeah. And let me put it this way. I had one of my friends, not trying to, make fun of him, but all of a sudden he's like, that's not the same one as WCW. I'm like, no, their lineage. That ain't the same guy from the 90s. I'm like, and as soon as he hopped in the ring, you can tell he ain't the same guy from the 90s. And I love La Parka in WCW. He was one of my favorites. The chairman of WCW.
Chairman of the WCW. I loved it, man.
But again, why was he in this Rumble?
No idea.
No,
but
he was
right there.
another masked wrestler. And then 19, Dragon Lee, another masked wrestler.
There you go. Who had a very, very good performance. He did.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Dragon Lee has been getting better and better.
Yeah,
teaming him with AJ was a great move.
Yeah.
20, Logan Paul. And I yelled this with my friends because when Logan Paul was in there, the Vision was dominating the ring with the three of them. And I said, now LA Knight comes out and cleans them out. And number 21 was LA Knight. Now, again, this is a partial credit because I said he would eliminate 3 members of the Vision. He only eliminated 2.
Only 2, right.
So, didn't fully get it, but he did exactly what we thought he would do.
Didn't like the fact that he didn't get longer in the ring, though. I didn't like that.
And again, just eliminated by Cody.
I didn't like that. I think LA Knight.
The crowd did not like it either. He should have been final 3.
He should have been in the final 3, absolutely.
And then 22 is Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that place went nuts.
Nostalgia.
Lesnar.
It's all about the nostalgia.
And can somebody explain to me what is he? He's taking some type of elixir because he looks younger than he did the last time he came back.
I don't know if it's something in all the meat that he hunts, but yeah, he just looks younger and stronger every time we see him.
And cut up like this. This guy's in his 40s. Like this. Yeah. This. I'm not saying that 40s is old, but he's on the tail end of his wrestling career, and he looks great.
And you saw what they did with him in this match.
Yeah.
They are setting the stage for Brock and Oba.
Oba and Brock. And honestly,
I was totally fine with Brock being the one to eliminate Oba.
Yeah. They should have I think they should have kept them away from each other a little bit longer in the Rumble if they could have. It's hard to do when you have those 2 dominant people in one ring together, right?
Yep.
But I don't have too much to complain about, but I need Brock and Oba at WrestleMania.
I am locked in for that match.
Yeah, I need it. That is going to be a Monstars match. That's what they should call it. Call it. You know what? We have
it's the meat match. Here. It's the meat match.
We got Joseph Park here. Monsters Ball. All right, let's have the Monsters Ball match.
I don't think you need a stipulation with it. You just need those big guys, these giant guys just throwing each other.
Yeah.
Around the ring.
And let Booker T call it.
Yeah. 23 was The Miz. I was very entertained by The Miz in the Rumble.
Always.
Yeah, he's always great. Here's this.
This is his 17th Royal Rumble is insane.
But did you see the other stat with that?
No.
17th Rumble, second only behind Kane.
Right.
2 eliminations. That is incredible.
The Miz just survives. That's what he does.
He just survives.
Yeah. I mean, look at how when he ran to the ring, who was the first person that he interacted with was Brock Lesnar. He just slid
and he rolled right out.
That is typical Miz. We love the Miz.
Yeah.
We love the Miz.
24, Rey Fenix, another mask. And
you might be right, man. This might be a record.
And Phoenix should be in the Rumble, but the way he's been booked, it would make more sense for someone else to have been in it. Yeah. And the way he was booked in this would have made more sense for someone else to have been in it.
Just get the tag team.
Just get him and Penta set in tag team.
Just get him. Yeah. Just not.
Number 25, your favorite, Jey Uso. Brock gets eliminated while Jey is not even in the ring yet.
What did I text you? I said it's gonna take this idiot.
I don't remember.
8 minutes to get to the ring. And
the fact that he went through the crowd in that stadium.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, you put, and I quote, there's a direct Barry Grant Jr. text to me, and I quote, "This idiot is going to take 8 minutes to come in."
And I timed him. You know how long he got there? It's like 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That is ridiculous.
But he was still able to run it back.
Oh, God.
And Brock gets eliminated in the midst of this with Cody and LA Knight teaming up on him, and it can't be talked about because everyone's busy yeeting.
He's become a sideshow.
He absolutely became a sideshow. And then Roman comes out of 26
and
teases him to run it back again and then just clocks him.
Smacks him right in the face. It was great.
Yeah.
Now, Roman got the pop.
Which you expected.
We know that, but it was just like, even me, because remember the last show that we did, I wasn't happy. Mm-hmm. I said I didn't like the way they introed him being in the Rumble. I needed some type of sit down or some type of something.
Yep.
I didn't get that, but I was happy to see my man because that's my guy.
Right. So now we're at the point, that's 26. So we have 4 spots left.
Yeah.
So this is always when like me and my friends. So we're talking about, okay, so who's left? I was like, okay, Randy's left and Penta's left as far as ones that we know that were announced.
Yep.
And and then there's the mystery of if Jericho's going to be there
at 30.
So then who is that one other? So we were just like trying to like come up with a number of things. None of us remembered about Jacob Fatu.
No.
And all of a sudden he comes out at 27. We're like, oh, there's Fatu. So wait, that means one less person than what we were thinking. So who's not in the Rumble?
Right.
So Fatu comes out at 27. And then our final masked wrestler of the show, Penta, is 28. So actually, yeah, now if I'm going to go back, now that I mentioned all of them, we had Ray, that's 1. 2 Grandes. I feel like I'm at Starbucks. La Parka, Dragon Lee, Phoenix,
5,
and
6.
Penta. That's 7. 7 masked wrestlers. And an iguana.
That has to be the record.
I mean, yeah, I would think. I mean, if we were looking at African Americans, Oba, Javon, Trick, Royce. That is 4. I'm not counting the Samoans right now, but then there was like 6 Samoans. I felt like there was more African Americans, honestly. Are we going to insult Cody Rhodes because isn't he technically half?
He's half.
I don't know. I felt like there was more. All right. Regardless, Penta 28. He does his thing. Randy Orton 29. So then we're just like, okay, so it's Jericho at 30 then. It's got to be Jericho. It's got to be Jericho at 30.
Jericho, it's Jericho.
Yeah, it's got to be Jericho at 30. But then I was also trying to think, well, what if Finn got it? What if Finn found a way? Or is there someone that we're just not thinking of?
I was over here thinking that watch them give it to Sammy. I was just waiting to hear that stupid music play, and I was waiting, seething.
Well, instead, number 30 ends up being Gunther.
Awful. And he's limping out there.
He's limping to the ring. And I will say this. This would have been great if they had Gunther win. And the reason I say that is you have so much hatred towards him. If you then had him retire AJ and win the Rumble, he would have been the most hated wrestler in a decade.
Yeah.
That would have been the only way I would have been happy seeing Gunther at 30. We didn't get that.
No.
Therefore, I wasn't happy that Gunther was 30.
And on top of that, once you saw the final four, you knew who was going to win.
Well, yeah, the final four of Gunther, Randy, Roman, and Logan. I'm looking at my friends, and I was just like, I know I picked Roman to win, but I'm not happy with the choices.
No. They could have did much better to be able to create intrigue. Mm-hmm. Like outside of Randy, there was no intrigue with me.
And it's crazy that Randy brought the intrigue to you because Randy, out of all of them, has won the championship the most.
Yeah.
So Logan gets eliminated. Randy gets eliminated. Roman and Gunther go at it for a couple minutes. Spear elimination. Roman wins the Rumble again. To a pyro display that lasts longer than the McIntyre-Sami Zayn match.
That was an impressive pyrotechnic.
The entire city was on fire with pyro.
For minutes at a time.
Yes. So Roman Reigns wins the Rumble. Oh, Mr. Grant has so many questions and comments.
No questions. I'm just putting.
Oh, you're just pointing up. Oh, you're acknowledging him. Yeah. Now he was just on Pat McAfee a couple days ago, where he said on there, "I haven't been around much for the last 2 years because I've been waiting for WWE to build people, and they haven't."
Mm-hmm.
So he complains, calls out the top of the top, and then wins the damn Rumble.
I have a theory.
You have an Austin theory?
I have an Austin theory.
We got to create a graphic for this when we say I have a theory, ... not named Austin.
I am going to get it. I'm going to get it made this week.
Okay.
I think Roman's schedule is changing.
Oh, he'll be around more often.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. Especially for this road to Mania.
Yeah, I think we're going to get, I wouldn't say we're going to get 2023 Roman Reigns schedule, but I think we're going to get something close to it just because, and what he said made sense with Pat McAfee, right? Is that he took these last 2 years off to kind of play the back, and because I do think that there's some truth to this, like build some new stars, be able to kind of like push the company. Hey, we got a Netflix deal, we got all this stuff done, so now you don't necessarily need me to kind of push this thing forward right now. I can kind of take a hiatus.
Yep. And
now he can be able to come back and work a more consistent schedule, which I think is great. Are we expecting him to be on Raw? No. I don't know when we're going to get him to announce it, but let's just get it out of the way now. We know who he's choosing.
Punk.
Yeah.
which will be on Raw.
Which will be on Raw, but we're not. I'm just saying that we're not going to get it this Monday.
No,
we'll get it at some point, but he's choosing Punk because that's what makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're talking about a main event match for WrestleMania, you don't get much more main event than that.
No, because the only other possibility, which nobody wants,
is Cody.
Is this sometime over the next between now and Chamber? Cody wins the title back, and then Roman chooses him to run it back for a third time.
Yeah. So I think we get Roman and Punk, and I think obviously we're going to talk about this as the weeks go on. I think they're setting the stage for the fatal 4-way match at WrestleMania. I know people hate fatal 4-ways.
Drew, Cody, Fatu
and
Sami Zayn. As long as you're throwing them in there, I'm fine with that. One other thing I do want to mention, because I think actually this made me, here's my theory, not named Austin. It was a better idea to not have Jericho win the Rumble. But do you think let me finish.
I'm excited. Go ahead.
I think it was a better idea to not have Jericho in the Rumble, because we are now going to have on this Monday's Raw another Gunther victory speech about making AJ pass out, and he will be interrupted by Jericho.
You think that Jericho is going to come on Monday?
Jericho comes on Monday, and if not this Monday, the following Monday, to begin his WrestleMania send-off, where Gunther will end Jericho's career at Mania.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No.
Since Brock is going to be with Oba, Gunther will have Brock at SummerSlam and end his career there, and Gunther will end Jericho's career at Mania.
Jericho's not coming back for 2 months to retire.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
What if they have him get inducted into the Hall of Fame that week? What if he gets inducted and then retires at Mania?
I can't see that happening, man. But we are going to wager on this one. I don't believe that Jericho is not coming back.
All right. I'm not going to wager about the Hall of Fame part, but I will gladly put a wager.
The Hall of Fame part,
I will gladly put a wager of Jericho Gunther at Mania.
Okay. Oh goodness, I don't want that. I want Jericho back, but I can't see him just coming back for a month or change. I can't see that. I can't see it.
Hey, if he wanted to come back and end his career in WWE, they're going to say, okay, you can come back. This is what we're doing.
I mean, that's true. Interesting. So final thoughts for the Rumble. I think it was a show.
Yeah. Second half of the Women's Rumble, great. AJ Gunther, fantastic. Great. Sammy Drew, very disappointing. Mm-hmm. The Men's Rumble, honestly, this I would say first half fun, second half very much of a dud.
Yeah.
Let's go. Pretty much right after you had the Grande Americano standoff and Royce Key's debut, from there it just went down.
Went downhill. Yep.
Because oddly enough, that made it at number 15 with Austin Theory. That's when it went down.
Mr. Vanilla ruined it. That's what happened. Okay.
So I mean, I love the stories. I mean, again, there are a few stories that came out of this that I think will be good.
Yeah.
Because again, you got the Oba Brock, which I love. It's a given at this point. You're gonna have Liv with like Raquel or something in that story with them as far as her winning.
Yep.
Love that. Bella's together for the tag division. Love that. You still, are toying with Fatu and Cody, which is fine.
Sprinkle in Drew because how Drew screwed Cody out of that, which was interesting.
Yeah. Good. Obviously, the story about Braun Breaker and where does he go from here with it. And Mr. Iguana.
And Mr. Iguana.
And Mr. Iguana was there.
Listen, shouts to Damian Priest for choke slamming Mr. Iguana and the Iguana as well.
Yes, he's an equal punisher.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts besides meh?
But yeah, final thoughts is just I have big concerns about Saudi Arabia going forward for the grandest stage of them all. I am very, very concerned now.
And let's say if they claim 25,000 people there,
yeah,
which we know there weren't 25,000 people there,
right?
How many people could that stadium hold? Because that's where Mania is going to be.
You think that that's where they're actually going to have it?
They just built the stadium.
It only took them like 4 days.
Right, which means within a year or so they'll probably build more seats.
Yeah. Who knows? The way Saudi Arabia is, man, they may just build an extra one and have one for night one and one for night two. They have so much money they'll do that.
That's
you never
insane.
know.
Yeah,
you never know. But yeah, I just very concerned about that. And also too, it makes everything makes sense now in regards to the lack of build for the show because it's in Saudi Arabia. They're not building. The show wasn't for us.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they didn't have to sell this in the States. It's the Royal Rumble. People are gonna watch it anyway. You didn't have to build any stories like that. Sami Zayn won a tournament, and then a week later he's in a title match. Like it's just they just did. It's just one of those safe pay-per-views for Triple H again. For him to just be like, well, it's an international show, so we don't necessarily have to put that much stock into it because the international fans are going to buy up whatever it is. They're going to eat up the nostalgia stuff, and we can be able to go back home into the States and do the real stuff when we get back. It's just like why would you waste a Big Four pay-per-view on something like this? That's just my opinion. Like, I think we could have got a lot more out of a Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and I think that's where the disappointment is for a lot of people because I'm hearing a lot of people feel the same way I'm feeling. I'm not saying it was a terrible show because it wasn't, but it was a safe show. And sometimes going too safe all the time ends up hurting you a lot more than you really taking a risk and trying to go over the top. So that's my takeaway is that it's just too safe.
Could you have imagined if they did, because AJ Styles from Gainesville, Georgia.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they did this Rumble in Atlanta?
Oh my God.
And the reactions and everything that the crowd would have had through the whole show?
He would have got the send-off that he needed. Like, I'm not saying that the Saudi crowd didn't do it justice. He did, but it's just not the same.
Well, they didn't do it. I mean, they did what they could for as few people as there were there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they tried their best. They tried their best. So that's my takeaway. I'm curious to see what Monday brings us.
Yep.
Because obviously
now we're officially on the road to WrestleMania.
On the official road to WrestleMania, we have a winner. Are we gonna get a Punk promo? Or is Punk going to set the stage and be able to call out Roman Reigns already? Because he's like, don't even look anywhere else. This is the match that you need.
I don't think he's gonna be calling out Roman Reigns. I think he's gonna be too busy being mad at Finn Balor.
Well, yeah, that's unfinished business as well. So, I'm just curious to see where they go with everything. So, we will see, and we will be here, whether it would be Monday night or sometime Tuesday to be able to break that down. But hopefully,
we will.
Hopefully we get some good storyline building because we're officially on the roll, like you said. It's time to start cooking.
Well, you can start with Raquel winning the women's title on Raw.
Yeah,
you can start with that.
I think that needs to happen. I think you give the belt to Big Sexy, and now you start the erosion of the Judgment Day women.
Yep.
As well as it was with Finn Balor too. I think Finn Balor is going to be so obsessed with trying to get himself into the title picture that the Judgment Day doesn't mean anything to him at this point.
He's just going to start doing his own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a guy that's been underutilized for years, and that's not even being like, it's not hyperbole. That's a fact.
Yep. Yep.
Years
Yeah.
of just sitting there on the shelf. You have this great IP that's just sitting there. Just like, we're just gonna leave it there.
Yep.
So, last thing, off topic.
Oh, okay.
Thoughts about Ciampa
Oh,
stepping into AEW as the Psycho Killer?
great move for him.
Yeah.
I think that is a good fit because he was not going to get the type of spotlight on SmackDown as a single star that he should have gotten, and like he got in NXT. So the question just becomes, because the common question with AEW, oh, you just have so many people, you don't want someone to get lost in a shuffle. Now they had him win a title immediately, which was cool, and honestly, I was a little surprised by that. I mean, granted, they also have 27 titles over there.
Right.
But he has one of them. So what do we do with him? Now you're clearly going to try to push him as a single star. I did not watch Collision, so I don't know if you saw it or saw. Well, I don't know. Is he also in the Don Callis family? Because I hope not. I hope he's just on his own.
Yeah, I gotta check that. I would hope that the Psycho Killer would be on his own. So
yeah, if we can have a dangerous heel just be by himself, that would be lovely.
That would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody needs to be in a stable in AEW. So just whoever's listening, just
yeah. Now I throw this at you since you threw that one at me. Obviously, I have no idea when contracts are up. But if Ciampa flourishes in AEW, will Gargano follow?
I mean, he is with his wife, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
And he is especially a Shawn Michaels guy.
Yeah, he's very loyal, but at some point, I think just trying to see what else you can be able to get out of your career matters, rather than just having the financial security that he does have, him and his wife, right? So, I do see that as a possibility, just because they still have unfinished business. They still have NXT unfinished business to be able to go and execute over there. So I see that as I think that would be a good move for him if he does decide to do that, if his contract is up. Just because he's so talented, but he's talented in a way that he can be able to excel on an AEW type of level, rather than a WWE type level. Like a lot of people, like there's different success for everybody, and everybody understands that WWE is the grand stage, right? But that not everybody should be here, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like it's not, doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that you're not a great wrestler. It's just that some people are just not meant for the big machine, and that's okay. You know what I mean? He tried it. He excelled in the company, just not at the big stage of the big company. Like he was at NXT and was at the pinnacle. And then when he got to the main roster, Vince McMahon messed him and Ciampa up, and they never recovered since. So go somewhere else to be able to. Who knows? You go to AEW, go somewhere else, rebuild your portfolio, and then you can always come back. Right. So and
AEW gives also the freedom, if he wanted to go to New Japan, he could do that.
Right.
Too.
To be able to do other things. So I think that would be good for a guy like Gargano, just because he is that type of wrestler. So that would make sense. Oh, last thing, and I think Paige is coming back soon too.
She's 100% coming back. She's been training at the famous Santino Brothers training center, which is out here in Southern California. Whenever I talk to anyone out here that is looking for a school, that is the first school I tell them to go to.
Awesome.
It's a fantastic school. Shout out to Joey Chaos and Mongol Santino who run the place. And they create not just really good wrestlers, but I have never worked with a wrestler who came from Santino's that was disrespectful. That's a very important thing.
Yeah.
They're
Respect
all
others,
great
respect
people.
the business.
Yes, they're all good people, great school, and a lot of wrestlers. Ronda Rousey went there to train. Paige has been there to train. A number of wrestlers, if they live in Southern California, and they're looking, to work on stuff maybe from injury to come back, instead of traveling down to the Performance Center, a lot of them just go to Santino Brothers.
Nice. Yeah, I think when Paige gets back to WWE, it's going to be huge.
And she would have to debut on Raw, right? It would not SmackDown. She'd have to be a Raw one.
Yeah, she's a Raw person just because I think the name would sell on Netflix, so I think that they would like that.
Okay. I'm just going to throw this out there. And I know this is not likely because all signs have pointed to Becky and AJ Lee at Mania.
Yes.
But if something were to happen for some reason, AJ Lee is not at Mania, you can absolutely run Becky and Paige.
Oh, that would be great.
Because Paige started the revolution and Becky revolutionized it.
Yeah. I mean that'd be pretty good.
Or you just hold her off until the day after Mania.
Because you know you need your stars for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question is, would you hold her off that long? With all the footage showing of her training and stuff now.
I mean, it's only a couple of months, so it's not that much.
That's mid-April. We're at the end of January, so we're 2.5 months. 2.5 months.
2.5 months. It's not that much. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. My man, this was good. Good review. Thank you for the people that are in here. We got a few comments. So it wasn't any crazy things here. We have Boston Sports Sun. Is like, do you think Braun Breaker not participating was a good thing or a bad thing?
It really just depends on who the masked guy was.
Yeah, I just think that we talked about this a while ago that Braun Breaker getting the championship, in my opinion, was just too early, and I think that they realized that as well. And just realize that he needs a little bit more time. Plus, there's a little bit more. There's a feud there for him. Seth Rollins and Braun can be able to go through the summer, right? And you can be able to deal with that and rock that out.
And then depending on what's going on with the story with the Vision, you can have him feud with every member of the Vision.
Every member of the Vision, take them out one by one. Yeah, exactly. Until he gets to Paul Heyman, right? Yep. So all of that's good. Saudi Arabia is an awful choice for any American sporting event, especially wrestling, due to their completely different culture, and no one was there for most of the show. Like I said, that's speculative. Like I said, it's the LED lights. It could be that. I have no idea. So we will get more information, or maybe we won't, because WWE knows how to hide shit and bullshit us. Let's see here. To retire a major superstar overseas, yeah, it's never ideal. It's never ideal, and that's why I think that he's retiring from the machine and not necessarily retiring. So, yeah. So until Monday night or Tuesday, we'll be back here to
we will
cover things and break it down and have our
cover things, shoot the half, hook the leg.
Yeah, crazy predictions that don't look so crazy anymore, because I'm just saying, like, whatever we say just looks crazy. Because I said, yo, I think Powerhouse Hobbs is going to be, and how many weeks later, he's here and he was in the Rumble. Are you crazy?
We made that prediction just over a month ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
no intel.
Again, we need, if someone could please do the work for us, because Barry and I do too much already. And if someone could just write out the list of our hot takes from our end of 2025 episode, so then we could keep a tally and check off, because there are a few by both of us that have already happened.
Absolutely.
And we're 1 month into the year.
Insane.
So, yeah, we need that. So we can then it will just be, a recurring segment on the show. Whenever one of them comes, we put it up and add a check mark to it.
I'm going to have to set that up. So we'll figure that out. Yeah. Until Monday night or Tuesday afternoon, evening, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.